These challenges, in our opinion, seem to have overwhelmed our security institutions.
The governors are supposed to be the state security officers of their state.
There is need for us to at least engage the traditional rulers.
We need to do something about our porous borders.
We have to own it from the unit level to the ward level to the local government to state.
Mr. President, the importance of today for us is for us to take action.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
This is Inside the Senate, and I am Hussaina Amina Abuki. The Senate is still on recess, and like we promised, we will continue with our review of major events in the Senate this year 2022. This week, our focus is yet on public hearings conducted by some Senate committees on bills referred to them after second reading. One of these includes a bill seeking to control the proliferation of arms in Nigeria, amongst others. The submissions at the hearing proposed several ways to check the menace. I will be back after this short break with detailed reports of this, amongst others. Please stay tuned.
The Senate will send a message to the President
to reap opportunities from that.
Raise a matter of urgent public importance, and we are aware that when this particular motion comes up
for a longer term development, arise to second the motion.
Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Welcome back. In spite of efforts by the executive and the legislature to bring insecurity to an end in Nigeria, the problem persists. One of the reasons attributable to this is the proliferation of different caliber of small arms and light weapons that make it easy for criminal elements to access them. It was to address the problem that President Muhammadu Buhari, on the 14th of September 2021, presented an executive bill seeking to elevate the status of the Special Presidential Committee on Small and Light Weapons to a center that would be responsible for controlling the proliferation of the weapons. The bill, which was titled National Center for the Coordination and Control of the Proliferation of Small Arms and Light Weapons in Nigeria, Establishment Bill 2021, scaled second reading on the 8th of February 2022 and referred same day to the Committee on Security and Intelligence for more legislative action, one of which was a public hearing. Stay tuned as we bring a review of the public hearing held on Thursday, the 17th of March 2022. The report is compiled and presented from our studio.
Kickstarting the hearing, Senate President Ahmad Lawan acknowledged that insecurity in Nigeria is fueled by proliferation of arms attributable to the crisis in the Sahel, failure of neighboring countries to live up to their responsibilities in that regard, as well as our contiguous borders. He added that all these put together gave rise to the perpetration of the dangerous acts of terrorism, banditry and kidnapping amongst other criminalities. The Senate President was represented by the Deputy Minority Whip of the Senate, Senator Isa Shuaibullah.
The easy supply of arms had enamored the actors across the borders through a network of sustained supplies chain. State actors has been challenged, even though several interdictions, apprehension, and sanctioning had been recorded from different fronts. We have been called upon to do more because of dynamism of the crime.
The committee chairman explained the magnitude of insecurity by quoting a former head of state and chairman of the National Peace Committee, disclosing during their meeting in Abuja on Wednesday, the 7th of April 2021, that there is an estimated 6 million illicit weapons of different calibers in circulation in Nigeria. The bill, he said, is necessitated by the grievous and precarious activities of Boko Haram insurgents, bandits, kidnappers, ritualists, traffickers, and many other notorious gangs whose activities are accentuated by the easy availability of these illegal weapons.
The commission, when established, will be able to mop up significant number of illegal small arms and light weapons, thereby bringing peace in the country, which will invariably translate to growth and development.
With this, the floor was open to contributions of various stakeholders at the hearing.
The penal difficulty in this bill is insufficient to ensure deterrence and enforcement in the event of breach. The possession of weapons without a legal authorization is punishable by a prison term of 2 years or a fine of 1 million naira or both. I suggest that this should be increased by a first offender 5 years imprisonment and a fine of 5 million naira.
The bill should also seek to capture the most essential elements or component parts of the ECOWAS Convention. And it will be our joy to see that we have a commission to be at par with other ECOWAS member states.
The program that fits into this very one is the recent, that is, so to say, computerization, that the national database for all arms in circulation. These are all measures I think Customs is keen into and is going to enhance this all-important program.
Importation, manufacturing, or stealing of weapons, the punishment should be life imprisonment, because there are those that manufacture locally.
Passage of the bill, if government creates a commission by integrating our existing structures across the 36 states, we will function productively in the following areas. We create a functional database for all importers in Nigeria and in diaspora. Ensure monitoring of cargoes and goods from the originating countries into Nigeria.
Some members and a stakeholder, amongst other things, disclosed that some of the arms deployed against the state are accessed by criminals through stealing from casualties of war as well as from local manufacturers.
National security is there, police is there, custom is there, then chief of naval staff, chief of navy staff, chief of defense staff, they are there. We love Mr. President of the nation in the National Assembly. All be sent by Mr. President to finance all this infrastructure, we approve it as related here in National Assembly. But the situation remains unaltered. We need a commission that will be independent, that NSA will be able to supervise and ensure that the law passed by the National Assembly is strictly observed.
What is killing us is here, not across the borders again. Next Senate called for forensic auditing into Nigerian Army and all the security agents' armory to tell us the real problems we are having. But that is the supply source. It is only police that allowed it. Police turned out 178,000 arms and ammunition lost to the public. We should know how many arms and ammunition that have been lost to Boko Haram, that have been lost to deserters. There are a lot of deserters in the army that cannot be declared. It's the same thing in the police. It's the same thing in customs. It's the same thing in the navy. It's the same thing in immigration, even civil defense.
After more contributions in support of the bill, the committee at the end promised to compile a report of all the submissions for presentation to Senate plenary for more legislative actions.
Still to come, more review of public hearings after the notebook segment. Do stay tuned for our topic of the week.
The gavel is a small wooden mallet fashioned with a handle and used by the presiding officer during the Senate plenary or a Senate committee proceeding to call for attention or to announce the end of a deliberation or a debate. It is a symbol of authority and capacity of the presiding officer during plenary or a committee proceeding.
The program now continues with more review of public hearings, this time on a bill for an act to repeal the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission Act 2005 and enact the Public-Private Partnership Regulatory Commission Act 2022. The report is compiled and presented from our studio.
I am happy.
The Senate President, who was represented by the Deputy Whip, declared the hearing open.
Before us is the need to deliver a clear and well-defined legal, regulatory, and institutional framework for attracting investment and proper allocation of risk in the provision of infrastructure and related services.
The committee chairman spoke more on the bill.
This bill is people-oriented. This is because it seeks to facilitate private sector investment in the provision and maintenance of both the new and existing infrastructure in an effective and efficient manner. It is meant to attract private and public financial resources for investment to improve social and economic services relevant to the national development.
Stakeholders took turns to make their contributions on the proposed legislation.
Section 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 of Part 2 comprehensively deals with procurement rules for PPPs. This was never in ICRC Act. This has shown the reason why this bill should be passed.
The position of the Nigeria Governors Forum is that instances where a project will be situated in a state, that approval for right-of-way shall be sought from the relevant state representative.
The bill that is being presented here today in clause 33, 2C, provide as follows. It says reduction of or exemption from certain fiscal regimes and the granting of loans and other similar support to specific projects. The above clause seeks to further grant exemption from further certain fiscal regimes. For the purpose of tax administration, distinguished senators, further exemption from fiscal regimes that are not in line with the existing tax laws may impact negatively on the revenue generation of the country. And when further incentive is granted in this nature, especially as related to taxation, it will further deplete the resources that is available to the government.
While the bill is welcome, it is very important to emphasize that the change in the law enacting ICRC should be geared towards clearly delimiting the functions of ICRC to regulation and monitoring of PPP projects. In other words, government would want to prevent interagency conflicts by ensuring that ICRC's functions are limited to regulations, while implementation and supervision of projects should be the functions of the relevant MDAs involved in the PPP process.
After several other submissions, the committee promised to compile a report of its findings for presentation to plenary for more legislative action.
Also considered was the Risk Management Bill. As it were, experts describe risk management as the identification and evaluation of risks, as well as the application of resources to minimize, monitor, and control its impact, particularly in the event of unfortunate occurrences which may cause corporate collapse. The Committee on Establishment and Public Service held a public hearing on a bill on this, which seeks the establishment of an institute to address risks. It was titled Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria, Establishment Bill 2022. For details of the hearing, let's take this report as presented from our studio.
Senate President Ahmed Lawan, who was represented by the then Deputy Minority Whip, declared the hearing open.
An institute for risk management is therefore a worthwhile body if we evaluate all the sides to it. The evaluation simply means examining possibilities of its value and the efficacy. I am confident we have the right expertise in attendance today to help do this examination.
In a welcome address, the committee chairman gave clarifications on the legislation up for discussion.
It is an act to establish Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria. And I'm sure all of you that are here have submitted, most of you have submitted through their institutions and respective agencies, written documents.
Sponsor of the bill stated that the institute, when established, would complement the efforts of the Risk Management Association of Nigeria in its efforts to avoiding problems like banking crisis, and corporate collapse of the non-financial sector of the past.
This, more than ever before, reinforces the need to have a well-organized, thoroughly comprehensive institute saddled with the professionalizing risk management and raising professionals that will be involved in the process of managing risk while deploying modern and up-to-date techniques and methods.
This paved the way for inputs from stakeholders who spoke on the economic benefits of the bill to Nigeria.
It will help a lot in de-risking our businesses. It will help a lot in putting confidence and investment projects and a foreign request, especially from our foreign investors. It will attract more confidence to our economy if this bill is passed to law.
And we believe that it's eventually going to be an act. So the word bill in A and B should be changed to what it's supposed to be.
We have a lot of risk practitioners in Nigeria, and we have very good knowledge in that sector actually. So we need this particular act so that those of us that are already in that sector can have a common ground and a common body to relate through.
At the end, the committee promised to compile its finding in a report to be presented to Senate plenary.
Next on our review is a public hearing organized by the Senate Committee on Basic and Secondary Education on two education-related bills, namely National Examination Management Commission Bill 2022, sponsored by Senator Kabiru Barkia, as well as Federal Unity Schools Commission Establishment Bill 2022, sponsored by Senator Bima Enagi. Let's take this report on the bill as compiled from our studio.
The Senate President, who declared the hearing open, described Unity School System as a homegrown innovation to uniting Nigerians. He was represented by the Senate Deputy Whip, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi.
Let me say that I identify with the aspirations in these two bills, but in particular, that of the Federal Unity Schools. Today, we need people who are having diversity in their thinking, diversity in their actions, and you can only get that when you really promote what the Unity Schools are supposed to promote.
In a welcome address, the Vice Chairman of the committee spoke on the objectives of the two bills.
The National Examinations Management Commission Bill seeks to establish National Examinations Management Commission saddled with the responsibility of coordinating and regulating all forms of O-levels examinations being conducted by National Examination Council of Nigeria, NECO, National Business and Technical Examinations Board, NAPTEP, National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies, while the Federal Government Unity Colleges Bill seeks to establish the Federal Government Unity Schools to make provision for their management, administration, and other related matters.
Sponsor of the National Examination Bill gave its purpose as
To all these, bodies to be under one umbrella. So, but we sat down in the Senate and found that yes, there are many loopholes in conducting all these sort of examinations, and that's why we say, okay, let's see if, of course, we can establish this commission so that all these bodies could be under one umbrella.
The sponsor of the Unity Schools Bill also spoke on the general principles of his bill.
There is no act dealing with the establishment, structure, management, and administration of Unity Schools in the country. Thus, the bill aims to give a legal framework for the establishment, structure, and general administration of Unity Schools throughout Nigeria.
The Ministry of Education, represented by the then acting permanent secretary, however, had reservations about the bills.
The introduction of the proposed commission is ill-advised and superfluous. It will only lead to complications and bureaucratic bottlenecks that may affect the smooth conduct of examinations and obstruct operational fluidity and efficiency that currently exists. The Federal Unity Colleges are unique in themselves, and any tampering with its current formation, will be tantamount to defeating the essence of establishment of the colleges. In fact, the whole essence of the bill seems only to clothe the colleges with jurisdic personality, as earlier stated, and this was and is not the purpose of federal government in establishing the FUCs.
Other stakeholders gave their opinions on the bills.
Two sponsors, they have demonstrated clearly that they care for education, and they have demonstrated clearly that they are thinking for this nation. I believe what they need to do is to familiarize themselves with what we have on ground and then see a way through which we can. Definitely, if we do anything towards this side, what they want to achieve, they may not achieve. Rather, it may destroy the original intention of these well-intended bills.
Nigeria today is crumbling under the weight of bureaucracy. A lot of bottlenecks in every ministry. And that is costing us a lot of money. And we are crying there is no money. Yet we want to create another body. We do not support this bill in any form.
NECO only want to add that placing the commission under the presidency is nothing but politicization of the examinations in Nigeria. And it has the characteristics of making it partisan. This is very, very dangerous for this nation.
The Federal Unity Schools Establishment Bill 2021 seeks to monitor and control the unity schools in Nigeria. Now, the primary function of the Secondary School Commission is to control these unity schools, among others, in the country, and also provide intervention to senior secondary schools at the state level. Therefore, establishing a commission with the same functions conflict with the law establishing the Senior Secondary Schools Commission, which has already conferred these functions on it, which was recently, or just 1.5 years ago, was established.
At the end, the vice chairman of the committee rounded up the proceedings with these statements.
We've taken note of all the contributions. You had submitted your memos that we'll also read through line by line. What you've also stated here verbally has been properly recorded. The reports we've gotten, the feedbacks we've gotten, is what we will report back to the Senate.
Our profile segment is next. Stand by for our Senator of the Week.
Senator Saidu Alkali represents Gombe North Senatorial District of Gombe State under APC. Born on the 12th of February 1969, he holds a Bachelor of Science degree in economics. He held advisory positions to the Governor of Gombe State from 2003 to 2008 and Commissioner of Information in Gombe State. He was elected to the Senate in August 2010 after the death of the incumbent Senator Kaupe Toduku and re-elected in 2011 to represent Gombe North Senatorial District from 2011 to 2015. And for the third time, he contested in the 2019 general elections, this time under APC, to represent the same senatorial district. In the Senate, he is the chairman, Senate Committee on National Population, as well as a member of several other committees. His legislative interests include education, agricultural development, as well as security.
With this, we come to the end of our program this week. If you missed any part of the program, do follow our YouTube channel for details. Join me again for another episode of Inside the Senate. Thanks for watching.